To the Board of Pharmacy, the Professional Regulation Commission, my fellow board passers, ladies and gentlemen, a blessed morning to all. The road to RPH was one heck of a ride, huh? Wow. Looking back, there are many ups and downs. When I started high school, I was an average student, barely making the top 10 in my classrooms. Not overall, just in my classrooms. But after some time, I was able to climb and make my way to graduate as the third honorable mention of my batch. So I became kind of determined. And in the summer before college, I told my ma, gagalingan ko. Para gagraduate ako lit with honors sa college. Magiging cum laude ako. Then after the first year, first sem, pharmacy orientation, 76. Botany, 75. So right there and then, I wasn't already qualified to graduate college with honors. Yes, I wasn't the typical creme de la creme in college either. I was just an average student who would randomly dance to K-pop in the corridors while waiting for class to start. I didn't graduate with honors like I said. I completed the 4-year course in 5 years. I was a transferee, and chapso yung grades ko. It was a mix of line of 7, line of 8, and line of 9. I even had 75s. But despite all that, I always made sure that I did my best. Going into review, I only had the goal of passing. I did not really think of being a top-notcher because back then, I thought, I'm not even a cum laude. My grades weren't even that great, and I felt like I lacked a lot of things. But my instructors and my mother always told me to aim high and aim for top para kahit anong mangyari, sure pass yan. And I took that advice, not expecting anything but just passing. Then came the drills, compre exams, and pre-boards, and to my surprise, I found myself being one of the top in all of them. It was an exhilarating feeling, and I'm not gonna lie, I started to want it. But I still didn't want to expect anything because I knew the actual board exam would be a different scenario, and I know that there are other amazing people who would take the same board exam. Then the pandemic came, and the exam of course had to be postponed for all of our safety. It was frustrating, yes. I was one who was eager to get my license and support my family, but of course we had to consider the situation. I used the time advantage and made reviewers, along with other stuff needed in the house and in our family business. I also joined a study group on Discord dedicated to help PHLE takers not feel alone while reviewing by holding virtual ARAL sessions. Hey VRB studying peeps! I know a lot of you are here too. And finally, the time came that the exam was sure to push through. At that time, I really felt like I had to start from scratch because despite having easier to read reviewers, it was still different from really reviewing your notes. I felt overwhelmed too since I only had a few weeks left and it felt like I was still cramming. I remember constantly praying, Lord, sana lahat po kami pumasa. Your will be done. And by God's grace, after the boards, came the most unexpected news of my life. I shared this story because I wanted to show everyone that whatever you have been through, whatever you have achieved or haven't achieved, you can always do and be your best. And for all of us, it doesn't stop here. This is a new chapter in our lives. I believe all passers in this oath-taking right now will be going out there, being the best pharmacists they can and will be, by God's grace. Don't forget to give thanks to the people who supported you along the way as well. I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to all of my instructors from St. Louis University and Lyceum Northwestern University, Manor Review Center, BRB Studying, my mother, my sister, and the rest of my family who gave their unending support, to the Board of Pharmacy and the Professional Regulation Commission for this opportunity, and to God, whom I owe all of this to. To Him be all the glory. Let us pray for those who will be taking the June and November exams. May they have the strength, courage, and wisdom that we were given when we took our exams. In this pandemic, may we also pray for the people who lost their loved ones because of this virus, for the people who are recovering, for our frontliners who are risking their lives, for everyone's safety. May we be successful in doing our part in the battle against this dreaded virus. Before I end this message, I would like to share a quote from St. Jerome, which my mother shared with me to reflect upon while I was still in undergrad. Good, better, best. Never let it rest, till your good is better and your better is best. Again, a good morning to everyone and a big congratulations to all the passers.